It's a lot to think about. All right, guys. So I have to make this really quick because I have another meeting, actually a whole bunch of meetings today. So I have to shake things up a little bit. I thought we were going in one direction. Now I'm not so sure. I'll know more today. So let's go over the agenda really quick. Number 1, answer the phone. If there is, tell your parents or your guardians if there is a call from a number they don't recognize to please answer it, because we are still trying to reach out to literally hundreds of our Hackett families. Want to talk to you about why we're not doing a live stream on YouTube anymore. I have a Google Classroom update and something about Google Meets. And then I want to talk about Sonic, which shakes, but not that kind of Sonic, not the one with the drive-through and the awesome hot dogs, right? So let's go. Number 1, please answer the phone. I personally have been calling for 2 days. I emailed some people yesterday. I am still looking for 7 callbacks or reaching out to families. This is my first period, by the way. And the rest of you, your first period teachers will be calling if they haven't called already. And also, it could be Miss Lopez or Miss Biscup. So please let your guardians, your grown-ups at home know, answer the phone. Okay? What we're doing is we're trying to find out about, wrong slide. We want to make sure everybody's got food in their house. We want to make sure everybody's got like a computer that they can use for classes. Phones are great. I know a lot of you are watching me on the phone right now. But when it comes to classwork, it's probably going to be easier for you to have a computer. Or maybe there's like many students living in your house that are trying to share one, because some of your parents are also working at home. So make sure you answer the phone, talk to a teacher, and get your information in, so that we can make sure you have everything you need and we can support you for what's coming, which is online learning, right? All right, let's talk about why we're not on YouTube anymore and what's going on with Google. So we're not going to do live streams on YouTube anymore. Those who shall not be named, like spamming the chat. And B, it's probably not the safest arena for us to be in, as far as protecting you and your identity, right? So, because you are kids. And I know you're on YouTube, and I know some of you have a lot more internet freedom than others of you. But as far as I'm concerned, and through my teacher lens, like, I have to be able to protect you and make sure I'm following all the rules that they give me for using the internet for teaching. So we're going to not be doing live YouTube streams anymore. They'll all be taped like this one. I have better production value with this anyway, because I don't have a studio yet. Okay, so let's talk about Google Classroom. I have had all the 6th graders together in one big Google Classroom. When I tried to run the Meet, forget about Zoom. We're not doing Zoom. That was a disaster. We had 29 kids in the Zoom chat. The bandwidth was really struggling. We had super lag and super pixelation. Even when we shut Final Fantasy off on the computer, we still were not really getting the kind of results we want to get. Zoom's really overloaded right now because pretty much everybody in the country is using it for both work and school. So Google Meet feature, which we tried out, was that yesterday? That we tried out yesterday, worked better, but we did only have 14 kids. I think we topped out at maybe 16 kids in that group. It's safer. It's just us, because you have to use your school credentials to log in. And B, we're going to cut it back to small groups. So instead of trying to cram all 120 kids in one group where I won't be able to see everybody and talk to everybody and help everybody, we're going to break you down by classes or groups, right? I haven't really 100% decided about that, and I don't even know if that's my decision. So looking forward, going into next week, you're probably going to be split up into smaller groups on Google Classroom. And there will be meets within the classroom where I'm explicitly teaching you and you're getting feedback and you can ask your questions and we can do all of that stuff. Another important thing you have to do, if you haven't already done it, if you go on the Albany City Schools website and you click the COVID-19 information tab, look for academics, and there's a whole bunch of links on there, but there's one in particular you should be looking at, and that is Clever. I spoke to you on the very first day of the video about this, talking about how you could get into Clever, and it's like one-stop shopping. There's icons there for your math textbook, all your iReady stuff. And believe it or not, your science textbook is there too. And our science software actually has like some virtual labs and some activities that you can do once I assign them, aligned with what we're going to be learning about. And I'm sure you've guessed by now that that topic is sound. So please make sure, if you haven't already gone through Clever, that you get on Clever. That also doesn't work very well on the phone. So another reason for you to reach out, answer your district survey, and make sure you have an available computer and internet, so that you can join us on there, and we make sure you get all of your instruction. Okay. So we're going to do a little bit of sound. I wrote you a poem. I was feeling super artistic today, and I know you all know how very artistic I am. So this is just yet another outlet beyond my artistic drawing talents and my musical talents. Right? I am a multifaceted Renaissance woman. Okay, so here we go. Sound. It's all around. If I quiet down, I can hear the sound of many frequencies. Shush, please. You guys can snap for me now. I know, amazing. All right, so yesterday I showed you my tuning forks, right? Splashed you with water, flung a ping pong ball at you, right? And here they are. And if you remember, we had a long tuning fork and a shorter tuning fork. Now you should definitely be able to hear the difference. Kind of like when I was playing masterfully on my ukulele. You can also hear the difference in the sound. You can practice, if you don't have a musical instrument or tuning forks at home, exploring how shorter and longer material sources can generate different sounds, right? So here's my boxo for my coffee table to hold all my remotes and controllers. And this is a metal drafting ruler. Now this will work with any ruler, okay? Wooden, plastic, all of them. So what I want to do is I'm setting my ruler at 15 centimeters. 15. I'm going to anchor it with the palm of my hand, and I'm going to twang it. Did you hear that? All right, so now I'm going to slide it down about halfway. Half of 15? Anybody? Anybody? Bueller? 7.5. 7.5 centimeters. And I'm going to do it again. Listen. Sounds like a cartoon special effect. 15 centimeters in length. 7.5 centimeters in length. Okay, so you try this at home. I got one other thing to show you, and then I got to go for my meeting. Wow, I look tired. Okay, here we go. Behold, the PVC pipe of science. This is just 1/2-inch PVC from Home Depot, but it is cut to a very specific length. It is plastic. It is rigid. It is hollow. I see you. It's hollow, right? I can make noise with it. That actually made a noise. Or I can do this. Isn't that wonderful? Okay. Now, pretty long piece of PVC pipe. Forearm length. So now look at this one. About half the size. Now, based on what you have seen and heard from this long piece of PVC pipe and this half length of PVC pipe, what do you think this one's gonna do? Make a different sound, did you say? God, you're so smart. Let's try that again. I wish you guys were here to play with me. Calypso Party at Mrs. McNicholas's house. Try one more time. All right, guys. So I really got to go because I have a meeting. Think about the tuning forks in yesterday's video. Think about the sounds that you heard today, and we will talk about these more in the future. All right. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow, and wash your hands.